Good, good afternoon. We here at the Leaders Only show and podcast. This is Kendall talking.
How y'all doing, man? Welcome back in this Semaj.
We thank y'all for joining this afternoon, man, and bringing us your love and your energy. We ask that you subscribe, like, click, and please leave your comments along the way.
All right.
Yes, sir.
All right. So this week, man, we're gonna touch more on mental hygiene. We've been down the mental health road. We've been down the illness, and today we want to touch on and kick the show off with mental hygiene. You want to tell us what mental hygiene is?
So mental hygiene, the practice of trying. I said the practice of trying to maintain mental health through proactive behavior and treatment, including all measures taken to promote and preserve mental health, rehabilitation of the mental disturbed, prevention of the mental illness, and aid in coping of a stressful world.
All right. So now that you've given the definition, what you think your perspective on mental hygiene? What's your perspective on
Mental hygiene to me is everything. It's trying to like combine everything in one. So that's like being open, finding positive things to do. Like if your hobby is one, whatever your passion is, whatever take you away from any thoughts that's making you either feel bad or feel any type of way, any thoughts that make you want to go do something to somebody. I tend to work out. I love to cook. I use all my passions, and I try to stay busy. So eliminate me having ill thoughts or anything that make me do anything wrong.
it?
Or
Right. That's more so things you do to keep it up.
Right.
But what is mental hygiene?
I mean, I feel like mental hygiene is the same thing as mental health to me. I mean, it's a state that you in,
Right.
but it's just using all the tools and being honest and things of that nature, just opening up to, to your mental illness.
Right. All right. All right. For me, I feel like with mental hygiene, it's basically your upkeep of your mental. You know what I mean? Just like when you have dental hygiene, you know what I'm saying? You have your body hygiene, just keeping yourself up. When people wear deodorant and things like that, it's the same thing with your mind. It's what you do to keep your mind balanced, keep it free, keep it open from you falling into the mental illness state. It's the things that lead to that. But
Right.
it's basically, that's literally in my definition from what we just went over. That's what it is. It's the upkeep of your mentality to keep it, from seeping into a mental illness state.
Understood.
All right. So moving forward, we got the maintenance and maintaining of the mental health.
So right now we about to dissect the definition of mental hygiene.
No, it's basically we're gonna do the maintaining of your mental health.
Okay.
Um, and the things that you do to keep your mind at ease and to combat falling into a negative mental state. What are some of the things that you do?
So let me ask you this first. When we go into the things that we do, right? So basically, I just want to know. I'm asking you as a person so I can learn. As far as the intake of the food, do that play a thing with your mental?
Yeah.
So it's like everything we eat, sleeping habits, and I'm just asking you questions as far as because really like me, I'm so used to working, I hardly pay attention to it. You know what I'm saying? I hardly pay attention to my mental hygiene.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because I'm so focused on working and trying to, stay stable, if that makes sense. But yeah, I really, besides working out and I really haven't even got to my passion again yet.
Right.
To say that I'm coping using my passion to it, I use working out because it's more of a therapy uh, thing to take me away from my my negative thoughts, if I even have any, or things that make me go back down a dark path or a dark road in my mind.
Right.
So I just use that. But as far as like me keeping up my hygiene, I really hardly pay attention to it. That's why I'm so blessed to be right here for that to be brought to my attention of how to keep up your hygiene. Because really, I don't pay attention to it. I try to work and just try to stay stable. Because right now it's a struggle for me.
Right. So to answer your question, just the first starting off, I mean that's the first thing that I always start with is what you eat. But to answer your question, um, yeah, it has a direct resemblance on what your mind and the way you feel. If you eat a lot of sugar, you're just gonna have a tremendous rise. Like you're gonna be super active for about, I'll say even an hour. It's like a roller coaster. You're gonna shoot straight up, boom, but then it's gonna hit you, and then on that way down, it's gonna be like the roller coaster just going just like this. Throughout the remainder of your day, you're gonna be trying to figure out, why am I tired? Why am I sluggish? Or you're gonna be chasing to get back up to the zenith, the peak of this roller coaster. So you might get another cup of coffee. Some other people might, do Mountain Dew. I see people do Pepsi. I see some people just do candy. It might be first thing in the morning, but they're doing candy. So that's a direct thing because your body works on a time period. So like that time when you wake up to noon is when your body is really just breaking down and ready to push out whatever is in your body. Why then that time when you laying down and you sleep, it's giving your body a chance to digest. It's giving your body whatever you eat, it's going to eat the fuel. It's supposed to go while you're sleeping. That's why we don't need necessarily I don't need 8 hours of sleep. And I don't look tired either because I rest my body. But my body doesn't go into this like these deep states of just I need to be knocked out to where I need ultimate hours of sleep because my body is cleansing. Our body is supposed to cleanse while we sleep. So you have to, play into what your body needs by feeding it the fuel that it needs. So then, just starting off with a routine. Like I always ask people, what do you do with your 24 hours? Because we all have the same, 24 hours, but how you break it down. For me, I try to be laying down by 10, sleep no later than midnight, so I could be up by 5:45 at the latest. But then I'm getting my body ready. I'm waking up hydrating. That's the number one thing that I do. I wake up, I hydrate. I start drinking a half a gallon of distilled water with lime, and then I start boiling water with herbs. So what that's doing is also feeding my mind too, because I have a herb in it called ginkgo biloba, and what that does is clear the fog out of your mind. It restores your brain cells. You know what I mean? So I'm just trying to get that in. But then you got your ginger in there, which is a high herb that fights the immunity. So ginger is like a cleansing aid. Then you have that key lime, which is it's an alkaline. It's a high pH balanced acid. That's why we like key limes better than we like lemon, because it's an alkaline acid. But what that does is that acid goes inside your stomach and it breaks the things down. You know what I mean? Right. So everything that you're putting in your body is supposed to be able to be broken down by something else that's like it, but it's for that reason. Now, when you put in candy or you put in meat, it take meat 24 to 48 hours, maybe even 72 hours to get that one meal out. So if we eating 3 meals, you're packing on now. So say 40. So say two days for 1 meal. We'll multiply that by 3 meals that we normally eat. So now you need 6 days to get that one day of food out of your body. You need 6 days. You know what I mean? Tomorrow, you're gonna eat some more, and then on top of that, you're gonna have your snack. You know what I mean? When you turn the package around, that's why we try to not eat the soy. That's why we try to stay away from the wheat. We try to keep the things that are native, our ancestors, that's native to our North America, what we had here. We try to eat the things that, are domestic.
Right.
But when you throw all these processed things in there, man, there's chemicals in there, there's rat poison, there might be oil in there,
Right.
There's a bunch of processed stuff in there. Your body is really being attacked now. It can't even flow the way that it want. But then that's why you'll see, spots around people's eyes, or, you know what I mean, your fingertips if they have white stuff, that means you need more proteins and calcium, it's just your body talking to you, brain fog, all those type of things, the things like vertigo when people just get dizzy. All of this stuff relates to that poison, that you're not getting enough nutrition. A lot of people are just dehydrated, need more of the water.
Water.
So that's the first thing. But then heading on with my routine, then I make sure I ride my bike now to the gym and from the gym. You know what I mean? I'm working out every day. I've been working out every day since February the 18th purposely. You know what I mean? Because I needed to take this year in itself to, one, still be, productive in business and still be creative. But I needed to get my mind right and get myself right just as a man, you know what I mean? So I can be able to adhere to our motto, you know, be a leader.
Right.
Well, your leader is no good, or a leader is no good if he's not happy. You know what I mean? If he's going through things and it's just not working. And I always try to figure out why doing the right thing runs off people. I'm a people person, I'm a tribal person. Man, we can do way more together than one person doing it by itself. So that's where a lot of my stuff comes from. So going in the gym at least an hour and a half, then adding on some extra miles. If I got extra time, I throw in more miles. Once a week, I'm doing at least 25 miles on the bike, one ride. You know what I mean? Just went to Sterling, Virginia the other day.
Yeah.
But it's challenging myself. I come from a sports background. So instead of being caught up in the gossip, being caught up in the he or she say, I challenge myself to, hey, I bet you can't ride 50 miles in a week. Man, I'm about to do 50 miles in 2 days.
Right.
You know what I mean? Coming out here, that's why we're shooting at the garden. That's why we're shooting in nature. Because we want to hear these sounds. We want to hear the air. We want to breathe the air. We want to slow down all the distractions, man. That music. I know a lot of times, I get in the car. I don't say nothing, I let you rock out. But that vibration, they speak about it, man. First of all, there's spells and curses all in the music, first and foremost. But then that beat, that rhythm, it's frequency. 432 is like the frequency of love, that megahertz. Mm-hmm. So if you listen to like Sade, it's a reason why you always feel at peace with Sade. You feel blissful. You feel like, man, this lady, her voice is so angelic.
Mm-hmm.
Wapale is another one. But there's a reason. Today's time, Janae Aku, she used literally in her music and a lot of her production, she used that 432 so her music can be stemmed with love.
Right.
Bro, there's a war going on outside with sound. There's stuff going on with radiation and things like that. There's sound moving right now that we can't even see nor hear. It's turned up so loud that we can't even hear it. That's how loud it is. We think loud like boom, boom, drums, because we come from a drums.
Right.
Like, we a beat. We call chants. We do chants.
Right. That's
still beneficial. You know what I mean? Another thing I do, going way back to when I wake up, is every day since February I've been watching the I Am. You know what I mean? It's on YouTube, 11 and a half minutes every single day. Just manifesting, saying what I am. It says, I am powerful. I am life. I am love. I am created in the image of universal source. I have to pump myself up just to get the day going. Right. You know what I mean? I don't need to hear nothing. That's why a lot of times I tell mommy and people, I don't want to hear what's on the news. If it's not happening in your direct life, I don't even want to hear what happened at work. Let's put this plan together. Like I told you, give me the items that need to be on the menu. Give me the workouts that you want to do. You'll be surprised when you keep throwing things off by, I don't have enough money, or I ain't have enough time. When you make time and do the little things that people are asking you, the universe conspires with you. The universe know that he don't have all the money that he need at that time, and God knows that they want to see the intent. When you pray for stuff, they want to see your behavior change. They want to see, is this man willing to be able to, to accept the position that he keep asking me to be in? Is he ready for that? Is he going to be able to just blow it? Or is he going to be able to first get himself together, take the opportunity that I'm giving him, and then pass it on to somebody else? That's why I'm here right now, to help take care of daddy, to get myself together, you know what I mean? But then also lend a helping hand to my brother to try to get his mind right, because we can be powerful together. Yes, when we sit in another room and we create more ideas, that benefits us, that benefits my business partner that I have now, because everything we create now is compound interest to the foundation that we built so strong. It just all has to be in line. When we walk outside of business, you still have to be an upstanding man. You still have to be a powerful individual. You have to know that, you're separating yourself from these other people. So that's how I carry myself. Yeah. You know what I mean? So boom, after working out, then you go just do business. You know what I mean? We got deliveries. We got to hit the post office. You got to do the things, promoting. You know what I mean? Marketing. Everywhere you go, you got business cards, but you're just getting yourself out there. So with that, then, like I said, gardening. You know what I mean? Coming out here, going on nature walks, sunbathing, sun gazing. That's my routine. That's just the basis, but I know we got to move forward. But you got to be honest, you know what I mean, with yourself. Call yourself out, be self-accountable, and start moving forward to the things that you want. Sorry to be so long.
Nah, that's good. That was good. We need that. That's the type of stuff we need. So now we're going to go to the practice and the behaviors of the mental hygiene.
Right. That was a lot
so
of it.
Basically, basically just summed it up, most of it.
Yeah, man. Breathing exercises, counting, giving people grace. I seen that today with Kevin
saying
Hart.
thank you.
Yeah, it
saying
was
hi,
crazy.
saying good morning. Good greetings.
Jay-Z was interviewed by Kevin Hart, but he said now, being at his age, that's why I feel so blessed to be at my age and have abundance of wisdom, because you pull yourself out of a lot of situations, and you just, like we've been going every single week, everybody has a mental issue.
Yeah.
So what's the point in snapping? What's the point in reverse? What's this person going through?
Yeah.
What, I wonder, hey, what happened today? Just like Tone kicked it off
and
today.
that'd be the
like, how was
benefit
y'all
for
week?
me. That'd be the benefit for me at work, dealing with so many young people. You never know what another person going through. Just like they don't know what I'm going through. Like, this is an open up for them to hear me say something, because they don't know what I go through on a daily basis. Like, they don't know I get the same treatment. Like, I'm human, so I get the same treatment. I got somebody drilling me too, not drilling in a bad way, but it's like motivation. But I tell them my motivation every day, because it's like, bro, it's a fight to get that discipline. It's hard. It ain't easy, but it's something that you want. It's something that you're gonna fight for. So, like, yeah, I try to do the best I can, but I know I can do better.
Right.
I identify all my situations, all my problems. I take accountability for everything I do.
Right.
So, yeah, like, some of the things I do, like, read, write. My biggest thing is writing, working out and writing. I do that a lot.
Those are great. Those are great things, But we got to get out of the land of soaking. And misery,
Right.
Even though if you got problems, you still got to laugh. You got to be able to laugh at a problem, because with that energy, that laughter, you got to say, man, I'm about to find solutions.
Right.
Like, I know it's a problem. I know it's sitting there. What's the solution, man? Okay, I'm about to just work towards the solution. A lot of times, thinking of that one problem brings three more. You know what I mean? It's energy. It's all energy. Your mind is still talking. Even when they say speak in silence or pray to yourself, that's your conscience. You know what I mean? That's what's speaking on a spiritual level. You're sending off energies to the universe that's bringing karmatic things back to you, and it can either work in your favor or it can work against you. Right. If you keep talking to yourself in a negative way, or you keep doing things, like, one of the things I can't stand when dating a woman or being around family or women that I love, or just women, on a day to day, and you say, hey, you look beautiful today, and it's this old thing, or I'm all right, or man, somebody tell me that I'm handsome. Yeah. I thank you, and I believe I'm handsome. You know what I'm saying? It took time to get there, because you always downplay yourself. You want to be humble. But there's a way to be humble and a way to be graceful. You know what I mean? And gracious. So just do those, and we have to stop running away from actual real life therapy. That's one of the things that's been helping me. I feel like I went to therapy. A lot of people go to therapy to be healed. I went to therapy to get it out, because the people who I wanted to talk to, they weren't ready to have these conversations that I want to have. So therefore, in order to bypass friction and going on with trauma to the grave, see, that's another thing. We can't wait and be like, man, I never got to talk to my dad. I never got to talk to my mom. Well, go talk to somebody so you can get it out of you, so we can move forward. Because we don't sit there, and we're not about to take this stuff to the grave and then be in our 50s, 60s, a bunch of white hair and all that, and then, high blood pressure and, strokes. And no, we're gonna be healthy. We're gonna still ride bikes together. We're gonna be running around with the children. We want to teach them, the importance of building a life off of love and off of sustaining and growing instead of surviving. You know what I mean? It's really hard when you've been born and, you getting bills in your name when you're 10, 11 years old.
Yeah, that's
what I
crazy.
mean? We got to get out of that mentality. We should no longer be somewhere.
That's not okay.
Yeah, it's not okay, but we understand that's what we had to be.
Some circumstances,
But we shouldn't be, our generation shouldn't be kicking that.
You can't follow that.
Yeah, so that therapy is tremendous for me. I've been going, every week.
It's
unless Doc telling me that he can't be there, but he's been commending me. I be helping therapy. I be helping him. You know what I mean? But that's how it feel with me. I'm talking because
they don't know everything, and it helps them. Like I said, your perspective opens up.
And we're human.
Right? They know we human. That's what helped me with my therapist, because I was against that at first, but I got a raw therapist at the best time. At the time where I was going down and down and down. She hit me right where I needed to be. And then the conversations was aligning with yours, aligning with my mentor, aligning with everybody, just telling me the same thing, bro. And when you start to listen and then you start to let it out too, you start to hear it. Right. You know what I'm saying? You start to be able to hear it in your mind. Like you said, my mind it was foggy, but it started to clear up, you know. Um, so yeah, definitely talking. I do that a lot. Um, like I said, writing is my main thing, and working out
Yeah.
is
Time
and working.
management.
Yeah,
Time management. One thing I had to learn was fitting in things that we love. You know, you need things that just keep you hyped. You know
Right.
what I mean? That keep you on an emotional high. If you love baking, if you love drawing, it don't have to be for sale. We got to do things that we love. If you love reading. I like poetry. I like to write books
Right.
and stuff like that. But we have to do things that give us a nostalgic euphoria. You
Right,
know what I
right.
mean? In the middle of this madness that just keep us going. Set out an hour. Set out 30 minutes. Like if you have children, if you're taking care of a parent, whatever. Because it's constant. It's constant. So man, today or tomorrow, I'm gonna do this for 30 minutes. I'm cutting my phone on do not disturb. I'm telling everybody don't bother me. Just give me 30 minutes. If it's watching First Take. I ain't watched it in yet. I'm watching First Take.
Right.
I'm gonna get the breakdown on the
something.
sports just for 30 minutes. Just let me be me.
Right.
You know, and 30 minutes will turn into an hour, and an hour will turn. Once you start knocking down your goal, write down the goals. You know what I mean? Write it down because you'll start looking up, and it'll be done. And instead of having the soap and the sorrow, we'll have things knocked down. So all those things help, and we can move forward because I know we have to.
Basically, I mean, the next one falls right in line. It's the treatment.
Yeah.
How you get treatment. So like, the main one is therapy.
You know, in different forms.
Different
Cooking,
forms.
like one big one for us, and especially for me, and now on this journey with plant-based.
And to watch him do it, like, you know, this man used to get nothing with that food. Like,
yeah, but now, you know,
Nothing.
cutting on R&B, you know, cutting on jazz, you know what I'm saying?
holding the
Cutting
food
on,
in your hand.
Yeah, before you clean your fruit, plants, your vegetables, hold it for at least 30 seconds to a minute because you want your food to pick up the vibration of your body because it's been touched by so many different frequencies within the store, from the farm to the people that transport it. So this food needs to pick up where it needs to heal you at. You know what I mean? So that's the first thing. Hold it, let it get used to you, talk to it, then clean it. Then after you clean it, put on some of that love frequency. You know what I mean? Go into the music that your parents used to listen to. You know what I mean? Your grandma, that Harold Melvin and the Blue Notes. You know, that Maze, that Frankie Beverly, that Isley Brothers, that Anita Baker. Play that because it's talking to the food. It's also allowing you to prepare a meal with love. This is what we mean by soul food. You know, it's not the stuff that's going to kill you. We're going to give you this food from my soul because I took time to prepare it for you. I know you like oxtail. I know you like jerk chicken. I'm going to do my best to give you the most edible plant-based version of that, and you're still going to enjoy it, and you're not going to have the itis. You're going to know that I took my time, I prepared it, and I thought about you with care because I want you to heal. So I'm putting the peppers that it need to be. I'm taking my time to make sure it's not white rice that breaks down into sugar that helps lead to the diabetes. I'm taking my time looking for the right bread, even though we don't eat a lot of bread. But when we do, we're doing the sourdough. We're going to make sure it's multigrain. We're going to take our time in the supermarket and we're going to look at the back of every item to make sure it doesn't have these things in it because I want to bless you.
Right.
So cooking, man, has become a tremendous, you know what I mean, therapy and a source that allows, you know, to heal in more than one way.
Right.
You know what I mean? You getting that healing through the environment at that moment, but we're eating to heal.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
We're eating to live. We're taking a little bit more time that we've been given wasted. So this is, again, it's the same 24 hours, but now we're altering. Maybe it would have been 24, it may have been 2 hours. You'd have been hanging outside with the homies and
cooking.
Now it's 45 minutes. You know what I mean? Because we gotta cook. We're not going to the store. We're not going to Chick-fil-A. We're not going to Wendy's. We're not going to be lazy.
Right.
We're going to do that. That's self-hate. You know what I mean? That's how we have to look at it. That's how I train my mind. I don't tell nobody what to do, but it's a great example. It's like, that's self-hate.
Yeah.
I got to take a little bit more time. Man, I'm going to go home. I'll make sure it's the last thing I do then. Let me get everything checked off my checklist real quick. And I'm going to go home and bless it. I'm going to cook a good meal. And then in the midst of that now, we've been throwing in the smoothies. When you're moving and grooving and you just can't decide, man, smoothie got a whole meal in it. You know what I mean? It's a whole meal. It's quick. It's cheaper than what you would spend. Tropical Smoothie also has a great program with the app. After you buy about 4 of them, you're going to get the 5th one for free. You're going to get different things for free. Then if you're looking to stay, you know, with our black-owned businesses, you know what I mean, then you can go right in D.C. and you got, what's the lady name?
The vegan system. What's
what's that spot, man? I always
down in
go
National
there.
Harbor.
Yeah, well, anyway, Turning Natural.
Turning Natural.
Yeah, man, I go there, get the Nipsey Blue. But
Turning Natural is good. You got that. You got a couple Turning Naturals out here. Working out. I always go back to working out because it's a blessing to look. You gonna look good, so that's gonna build your self esteem up, and have your exterior looking right. So then your interior and everything that you're doing to support yourself, keep your stamina up, get your metabolism moving, get your immune system moving. So like working out, then it just take you away. You keep your good vibe and music in your ear, just take you away. Like it's like you on it. That's why it's called Planet Fitness, because you on another planet when you there. Like
volunteering,
for real, like voluntarily.
Volunteering, volunteering.
Volunteer. Oh yeah. Giving
your time. You know what I mean.
Being caring.
Say giving is a way to heal. You know what I mean. And when you give, you shall receive. Don't do it with the intent to receive it from them people, but you're gonna get blessed. It don't matter in many forms. If you always giving and you making sure first you're taken care of. We take care of ourselves first, so we be selfish in a selfless manner, and then you give what you can. May not be financial, maybe some time, maybe mentoring, maybe, but all these things, you know what I mean, help. Then one of the most important things that I definitely want to touch on when you're talking about treatment and healing, a counsel, man. The importance of having a circle. Don't have to be the biggest circle, but people that you can call on and tell the truth. Whether it be venting, you know what I mean, whether it be asking for advice, make sure it's financial, make sure it's health, make sure it's a little bit of everything. You get a little bit of people from every position that's a master in what they do, so you can always be well equipped, you know, and have a well-rounded perspective, because you're not always right. So it's great to have people that you can trust that say, you know what, looking at this, you were wrong. Or, you know, just like when we just experienced this week, a bunch of, you know, different emotions, but just having that, first of all, having Miss Denise there, just having that women. So one thing we did see, that everybody, number one, respects women, so you shut up, you know what I mean? But then secondly, realize that, man, we all in this thing with a ultimate goal. So we have something that we can agree to. So that's the denominator, that's the common.
Right.
Now, everybody just needs to throw a little bit of respect in there and a little bit of patience and a little bit of practice in what we're preaching. If we're going to be up here telling, you know what I mean? So that is healing, when you can call yourself out, when you can say, if we ain't living it, we ain't kicking it on this camera. Yes, if we not going to do it, then we ain't. No.
We all human.
Yeah, so it's
and
the
we
same.
go through the same thing y'all go through, man.
Yeah, and having just a strong foundation. Like I always say, man, honor your mother and your father, even if you ain't have the strongest relationship. Reach back out to them, because it's a direct source of who you can be, good or bad, and who you want to become. You know what I mean? You want to right the wrongs. You don't want to turn into that person. But you don't want to have this amount of hate, this amount of resentment, it's just tearing you down, because can't nobody carry your hate. Don't nobody carry your depression. Don't nobody carry your stress. You in that part alone. The healing you can be in together. Yes, but your body, you have it. That's your body. You know what I mean? So we can't keep pointing the finger and all that. Take the blame for everything. So that's one of the things
I've done. Accountability.
I take the blame for everything, whether it be my fault or not. My fault was the experience happening. So it's not a bad thing to take the fault. It's just saying, all right, this happened, this way this person did it. I won't do that again. Won't give them this. Maybe I need to tweak that.
Right.
But give yourself a little bit of grace, man. We're dealing with tough times, man. We're dealing with a recession. We're dealing with inflation. We're coming off the locked in the crib, man. It's just been a bunch of stuff that you may have. Anxiety, you know, you get around a bunch of people now, you just don't know, you know.
Yeah, so, it was kind of hard, like, you know, coming from being incarcerated, and then you come into a pandemic. It was like I was incarcerated again. Like, now I got to be shut down again. It's like, all right, what I do now? And then I'm out here still trying to find my way. So it's just like, bro, they shut down. You wasn't here, so you all the way out here. It's like I told you, and when I talked to my circle, I told them, like, I'm on a planet by myself. Like, it just feel like I'm out here. I know I got the love. I know I got the support. I know I got a strong family. I know I got one of the strongest brothers, but it still felt like, bro, you was 1,000 miles away, and I'm on this planet here right now, locked back in, and don't know what to do.
Right. And whenever times like that happen, one of the things that Les Brown say, when chaos is arising, that's one of the best times to build. That's one of the best times to go build. Now, that's one of the greatest things that I could say. The world being shut down, it gave everybody a sense of how important. That's why I don't want us to rush so fast back to this, whatever normal was. Take the great things that happened out of that shutdown. It slowed everything down, brought everybody down to reality. Your money didn't matter. Right. You know what I mean? The things that really matter to get you ahead in life at this point is, you know, your ability to give, your love, your respect, your obedience, your discipline. They're just showing you, like, look, man, in the blink of an eye, all that stuff can be cut off. How many people do you inspire? How many people do you motivate? Are you happy? Are you at peace? That's what I had to take out of it. And then now, just like in this recession, man, we building a show, we getting an outlet, we helping people, we get feedback from people. You know
that's
what I mean?
where the help
so
is
it's
starting.
allowing all of us as a community to heal. Whereas though we could look at all the bad, let's just reverse that. You know, it's nothing but bad if you look at bad.
Right.
But if we start go look at the good, even when we take these topics that are just tearing us down,
Right.
and we give our little bit, let's flip it. You know what I mean? Because there's always good and bad. There's a lesson. There's a message. There's some way where you can kick it because everybody is not as intellectual.
Right.
Everybody's not.
What if you would have caught the
level.
trigger before the bad happened? Like,
Right.
That's like everybody make mistakes. Like a bad situation is a mistake. Somebody made that mistake to make it bad. So like,
right.
Yeah.
In a pandemic or anytime where life stops, the Lord Himself said, "Be still." You know what I mean? So if you really have faith, that's why I say faith more than believing. You know what I mean? We're gonna have this faith. You know, we're gonna know that it's gonna be okay. You know, even on our mishaps, even on the slippery slopes, even if you had to go to prison, that didn't mean your story was over. You know, that's why we don't harp on it. We're just trying to help other brothers that's coming out. Hey,
do the
find
same,
what your purpose is. Start building that.
Start
plan.
building it there, though.
We
You
understand
gotta
you
start
have to pay
building it there.
bills. We understand that it's hard. But don't come out thinking with the head below. Think with the head above. You know, you still are an amazing human being. You still a genius. You just gotta find your genius.
And it's still opportunity.
Yeah, and it's usually attached to discipline. It's usually attached to obedience. It's usually attached to that prayer that you keep making to that source.
Yes,
if
sir.
you really believe in that source that it's gonna guide you, that's what we have to do. We gotta stop getting into acts of doing things for the look. Oh, okay, if I go to church on Sunday, then this group of people, Tone and Mr. Nisa, will be happy with me. And then if I go here on Monday and Tuesday, my homeboys be happy with me. No, man, I'm God wherever I go. If you want to invite me to church, I'll come by church. You want to invite me to the masjid, I'll come out of masjid. But when you step in to my arena, I'm still going to be this God servant. You understand?
Yes,
we got to get back to being servants.
Yes,
you understand? No matter how high and mighty, everybody's screaming it. J.R. Smith is screaming it. LeBron is screaming it. You know, when JC sit down, even the people that's the highest up, the movers and the shakers are realizing, man, hold up. When I get all the way up here, I don't want to look around and it be as empty as this field.
Yeah.
I want to be able to pick up the phone and say, man, hey.
Everybody want that love, man.
But beyond that, you don't get power being alone.
By yourself.
You build
lonely.
power.
That's why they always say that saying, it's lonely at the top.
You build power by empowering.
Yes, sir.
If you're just sitting in a castle by yourself, it just
can't hold all the wisdom.
Man, it's a bunch of stuff here. Yeah, you see a great child doing something, you just be able to fast pace it. You know what I mean? If you see another brother or sister that we have to get back to just tossing around love, man. Hey, you got that? You need me to help? You got that? You need to just little. You just
they don't even do that nowadays.
Yeah, but instead of them not doing it,
ain't no grabbing no old lady bag.
We got to do it.
Yeah,
and then that way we can at least say, I know in my world it happens.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
We have to start
taking
taking and carving our little piece. It's a little piece, man. That little dash between the day you came and the day you go from this plane. Let's start just, that little dash is enormous.
Let's start now.
It's like a bag. It's like a lady's clutch. That's an infinite. It's like a clown car where you see like a million clowns. That bag is an infinite bag, man. Throw a bunch of stuff in it, man. You are an author. Man, you had a clothing line. Man, you played sports. Man, you were a philanthropist. Man, you were a motivational speaker. Man, you were a mentor. You were a father. You were a son. You were da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Man, let that stuff add up. So when you sit down, you don't even have to say nothing. You got 30 different people that know you for 30 different reasons.
Yeah, it's different.
You talking about Semaj? Yeah, he played football?
Yeah.
Oh, you talking about, he do what? You talking about?
Yeah, man.
That's a beautiful thing. Because you can have a multiple different levels of conversations with different backgrounds. You know what I mean? We playing a game of life. So everything you do has to have the thought of, what's my end goal? What's this relationship for? What are we doing this stuff for? Stop wasting your time doing a bunch of nothing for nothing.
Yeah.
For nothing. Get something in return for your time. It's precious, man. It's so
been
precious.
a blessing,
and we so dope.
The leaders, man, we love y'all.
That you gotta believe in.
This is Kendall.
I'm Semaj.
Hey, we ask that y'all like, subscribe, comment, and stay tuned for the next episode.
Yes.
Love. Peace.
Peace.